Hi, it is Thanksgiving 2025, November 27th. It's Thanksgiving, so I'm reminded of traditions and good things that can come from bad people or, bad situations, and also traditions. Are they good or are they not good? There are some good traditions, and there's some traditions that we follow for a long time, having no idea why, and they are not good. They serve to draw us further away from the Savior. So today I'm focusing on the good things that came out of my bad relationship of 20 years, and I was abandoned by him for this fat girl looks just like his mommy. Uh anyway, he did teach me about pie. I love pumpkin pie. It's been my favorite. It's tradition for me to eat pumpkin pie, but his tradition was that his mom would make him a pie. Everybody in the family had their own pie. There was 4 kids, 2 adults. She often wouldn't make herself a pie, but she would make everybody else a pie, and they were allowed to have it whenever they wanted. So my ex would eat it for breakfast, and then sometimes had some left to eat through the rest of the day. So I don't see a problem with pie for breakfast. I think that's a good tradition. And in fact, while we're discussing desserts, the tradition is to only eat it after dinner. But this is not actually a good tradition, because if you're going to eat the dessert anyway, don't eat it full, because then you're going to eat too much. Eat it before. Eat the dessert before the dinner if you're going to eat it anyway, and then you stop eating when you're full. I once saw someone insisting that their kid eat a pizza before they had a bag of chips and their dessert. What's the difference? The chips were probably healthier than the pizza. I think the drink that they were feeding him wasn't that bad. It might have been like apple juice or something. And the chips were just flat out potato chips, so they were probably better than the pizza. And I don't know, dessert might have been brownies or something like that. It was just kind of weird, like, why? Right? So, in honor of that tradition, eat your pie. Eat it for breakfast, eat it before your dinner, eat it with your dinner. That's another thing that we were doing for 20 years, is if we had dessert, we would eat it with our dinner. That way you don't eat too much. So, reminding you, some traditions are bad. Go ahead and break them and eat your pie. Another tradition that I followed for a long time was why I married him, as we were taught that women didn't matter and our job was just to be pregnant, barefoot, and in the kitchen. Well, I didn't really hold to that. I was made to feel bad about the fact that I never dated anybody, and that I was taught that I was bad because I wasn't attractive, and that is a bad tradition that I honored for years and years and years, and that only drew me further away from the Savior. But when I learned that the Savior loves me for who I am, and He died for me too, and I'm just as worthy as anybody else, it drew me immensely closer to the Savior. So if you've been taught that you're not as good as everybody else, I want you to drop that tradition right there and remember that you are. You are worthwhile. You deserve to be treated like a daughter of God. So break away from the tradition of thinking that you're not good, because you are. And while I'm on the subject of bad traditions, carrots and jello, why do you guys do that? Ew. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving. Eat your pie.